Game time! Last minute sweep, everybody, against Perfect Gems Division S North America. We're looking at the playoffs and we are still in the losers bracket. We're looking at the losers bracket final, which means whichever team decides this best of 5 in their favor will move on to fight Celeb Gaming in the grand final. And now, as we are on Volskaya Foundry, again, the starting map, we have on the left side Farts on Thrall with Trash Lightning as a level 1 talent choice. We have Destructible on Ana, Flyest Raven on Sonya, Carbon on Liming, and look at that, main tank Uther, played by Nintori. Yeah, they're going full NA here. On the right side of the map, Unaverted on Greymane for Perfect Gems. We have Legacy on Stukov, CPX on Kelthos, D-Rex on ETC, and Valamar on Malthael. So we're going to see a bit of Pyroblast action once again. And North American meta doesn't disappoint in that regard. Trash Lightning, obviously, on this map, not all that trash. You can actually get a fair amount of decent stacks together if you play your cards right. And it is one of the few maps where we see the talent taken occasionally. And Blizzard has actually done a pretty decent job on the level 1 talent for Thrall. Now we have a lot of instances where we see either Trolling Thunder, Trash Lightning, or the usual standard Echo of Elements. But also important for this is, again, this is still played without Zul. Zul was banned for the tournament here. And since the question also keeps popping up a little bit more often, the reason why we don't see drafts, or why you don't see drafts for all of this, is that I'm not casting it live, I'm casting it for replays. The NA and the European playoffs took place at the same weekend, and because of the time differences, and because I also at some point had to sleep a little bit, so I couldn't cast North America live, so this is a few days later now that I'm looking at this, and that's why we're going through the replays here. But yeah, with one of those days lasting 12.5 hours non-stop casting, you can imagine at some point a little bit sleep is definitely something that's quite needed. Anyways, as all of this happens, we are looking at items taken. Now the first, of course, are already in the possession of the teams here. With first, I mean the turrets. We have one on the blue team side and one on the red team side, and now it becomes an immediate question of whether or not we're going to see the fight over the healing beacon over here. So, let's see if one of the teams decides to go for it. By the way, grenade build on Ana so far. I haven't really seen that for a while, at least in the European scene. It's all about the sleeping dart, and for good reason, but this game looks a bit different. Now also with the level 4 missile talent locked in for Li Ming. Kelthos, of course, still trying to get as many stacks together for his level 1 as possible to stay a bit safer. And already the setup up towards the top. I'm actually kind of wondering if we're again seeing any approaches later on in this series with the Nuburak and Greymane composition that seemingly has dominated a lot of the matches in North America in the playoffs here. But as we're looking at the first map of this best of 5 in the loser bracket final, we have the fight over the healing beacon as more or less expected. So off we go. Who's gonna lock it in? There's already a bit of interrupt action going strong. Uther can't take it. Yeah, no chance for him, and D-Rex steals it away. Items are getting dropped immediately, maybe a little bit too quick. Honestly, I'm not sure if you really needed to drop the healing beacon there. I mean, what was the entire fight for now? Both teams dropped their turret and they dropped the healing beacon too. ETC could have easily walked away from this. I don't really think there was an immediate threat to him, so that's a little bit strange. Now we're heading into the first objective without any items whatsoever. But we could see maybe a kill against Uther, and yes, as usual, main tank Uther dies first. I don't really know why, but it's honestly a bit of a theme here. Okay, so the red team, Perfect Gems, they are starting to lock in the control point, at least for the time being. And now that we're actually starting to see Sonya at the bottom of the map, let's not forget we have a double support here. Of course, Uther acting also as the main tank, but it's still important. Ana! Ooh. She survives. Not even close. Yeah, Destructible just sitting there like, boys, just another day in the office. Nothing happening here. Nothing happening here. Nothing to see here. Rocket scientist confirmed. Calculated it through and said, okay, we're Gucci. But now a few more stacks coming in for Thrall on the Trash Lightning. He's going to get eventually quite a few of his stacks together. The rest of this setup is also playing through as we have even more aggression now from Perfect Gems in the attempt to lock this in. But the blue team has taken over, at least for now. Also with level 7, Thrall has now his Ancestral Wrath. We have in addition to that, Poison Spear on on thingy, Eminem. Sonya, that's the name that I was looking for. And we also got Li Ming with Calamity. And again, as I said in the past, if you take anything else but Ancestral Wrath on level 7 for Thrall, you're just fucking doing it wrong. Sorry to burst your bubble there, but especially follow through is just not a great talent. No, not even on Battlefield of Eternity, where in theory you could get a little bit more immortal damage in. Not even there. Uther is dead again. Quick kill against him. That's kill number 2 actually against the blue team, and that's the second kill on Uther as well. But they're about to lock in the Protector, so I don't know. Perfect Gems, they need to jump into this as quickly as they can, and they're looking for kill number 2, and they find it. Second kill in this fight. Thrall is down, and that's a well, maybe not a Protector. I mean, honestly, it should be. But let's see if they can actually lock it in. ETC is still aggressive here and trying to set up Khaldor, which didn't quite work out, but Destructible has definitely taken a bit of a beating during that little engagement. So now to the bottom of the map, we still have a lot of soaking going on as Malthal is trying to bring them a bit closer to level 10. And the blue team isn't done with this. They're actually trying to fight for it. There's half a level missing for heroic abilities for Perfect Gems, but still, that's half a level, and Last Minute Sweep are trying to decide this fight before they get there, and they're about to get a kill against Malthal. He barely moves out, but Sonya moved in deep for it. Ana, on the other hand, and Uther working overtime, trying to heal everybody. We could use those two in Italy right now, honestly. There's a bit of a shortage when it comes to medics. Where's Morales when you need her, right? Double kill, triple kill against the red team, though. Oh, the Milk G play. Khaldor again with a Pyroblast value right there. CPX locking it in, but it doesn't change the fact that they just lost, well, Greymane, but that was not really what I was talking about. They just lost the Protector, so this actually turned really quickly. It seemed more or less a done deal for Perfect Gems that they would walk away with the Protector and then maybe even get a bit of momentum going for themselves. But that fight turned it on its head. So now we have 4 kills against 5, still a lead for Perfect Gems, but they have taken a bit of a beating at the back end of this last battle. And now the top fountain is taken down, so the objective is going to be a bit easier for them. CPX is coming in again, waiting for the Pyroblast cooldown so they could jump in once more. And, well, let's go. Down to the bottom of the map. There we have Valamar actually staying I mean, that's an AFK right there. Yeah, reports are incoming, my friend. You need to move onto the map. Playing it super safe against Sonya. I think he's a little bit scared, honestly. I could label that a traitor. Cowardice in the face of battle from Malthal. Afraid of Sonya. And topside, that's what we have now, the waves pushing into. Yeah, a little bit of a slap action here, the flailing swipe. So we're going to see a lot of slapping around in this game. No shove this time. ETC, still a party animal that he is, wants to go for the mosh pit. And the last rites. Actually a bit of stacking going on for them. Alright, a lot of sustain for the blue team. And of course the sustain is going to continue as the game progresses and we see more talents coming in, especially with Sonya. Talking Sonya. Oh! The opportunity! And no. Unfortunate. Didn't quite work out this time. Pyroblast value negated. But I mean, he locked 1 in already, so yeah. He's one for 2. Okay, so now that the next objective is the healing beacon again, the teams are both fighting for it. And CPX with the infamous Khaldor's flank right there. ETC moving through, a bit of party time. In comes Stukov, slap, 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 gets them out of the way. ETC down, Khaldor's also dead. Li Ming with a reset value. Gets another kill, but doesn't have enough to lock down Valamar and unaverted here. But that's 3 kills, nicely done. 7 against 5 now in total. And that's a lead in experience, that's a lead in talents. They have also the healing beacon right now, and they got momentum at the top lane that will allow them to take the fort maybe down. Honestly, it's going to be tough to defend. I love how Anna's sitting over there. She's like, pew, pew, pew. Trying to take the fort down. Destructible now realizing that that's probably a bad idea, so he's starting to move topside where he's a bit more useful. But we already see Sonya at the bottom of the map breaking through the wall on the bot lane, and that prepares for objective number 3 as is. D-Rex came in. That would have been a perfect mosh pit if he gets that. That would have been the dream, seriously. If he gets a mosh pit at this point, That would have been so good for them. Fountain is about to be annihilated as Flyest Raven moves in. They're really doing well on all 3 lanes now. So they are in a position where they're starting to take the lanes down slowly but steadily. They haven't really taken a fort, but every Fountain, with the exception of the one in the middle, which doesn't matter for a long time, has already been taken down. So good position for them now. Illusionist comes in on level 13, so for Li Ming that's of course great, has a bit more of a distance boost there, which also helps him with Calamity. But let's not forget that Stukov just locked in the Virulent Reaction. So talking about locking in, if he follows up on a Gravity Lapse or on the Mosh Pit, that's going to be pretty fantastic for him, just setting the kill up for the rest of the team. We still have level 13 talents on both sides, so there's no level 16 advantage yet, and the control point is unlocking in another 2 seconds. But Sonya is going for the next item, and another turret is about to be locked down. And in addition to that, at the bot lane, we have still a bit more experience that they could grab if they try to get level 16 and fight around that. Oh, Uther! Where's that D-Shield when you need it? There it is. Divine Shield is in, and Intori moves away. Now, the Divine Shield in general is, of course, something that can also ruin a Pyroblast once it is being used. In this case, the cooldown has already been utilized, but still, it's something to keep in mind for later on in this game. And already the damage on... that Ragdoll got flipped! Oh, the Pyroblast! And, yeah. Nope. Didn't do anything there either. So a bit of pressure onto Ana, but with 2 supports, you can already tell that the Pyroblast value is going to be limited. Even the last rights, it didn't get through. And in theory, actually, I mean, if you think about it, if you are really willing to dedicate a couple of heroic ability cooldowns to a kill, then theoretically speaking, with a good engage, you can do a lot here. You have Greymane with a finisher, you have Last Rites as a finisher. So one of the things that Perfect Gems has actually done quite well in recent games is they comboed Pyroblast Kalthas off with someone else to finish the kill. So they comboed, for example, Urel into the mix, and she jumped onto the same target, quickly getting the extra damage to secure a kill if previously the Pyroblast wasn't enough. If you have Greymane with Go for the Throat and also Last Right Malthael, then in theory at least, that is a lot of value and quite a few opportunities that you have to grant that kill. But so far it hasn't really happened. There's another big battle happening right in front of us right now. Slappity slap slap, and unfortunately the Mosh Pit comboed with it. Uther is down though, but Kalthas has been eliminated too. And there's another kill against Malthael. Even more healing beacons get dropped. And that's another one. They're starting to get Kalthas, Malthael, Li Ming gets the resets, is trying to follow up. And smashy smash smash is happening too, as Flyest Raven with Sonya just getting one hit in after another. 4 heroes down. Fantastic trade for the blue team. Last minute sweep now with 12 kills to 6. And they are just exploiting these team fights like there's no tomorrow. And let's face it, for the losing team, there is no tomorrow, at least not in this tournament. So, yeah, entire level ahead now. And last minute sweep is doing pretty fantastic. I mean, they're crushing this loser bracket. They're really, really doing well here. And now the attempt to go, I guess, for... I mean, honestly, at this point, you would assume they will go for both forts. Take the one here at the top first, rotate into the middle, take the second fort. Sonya is already working on fort number 3 at the bottom of the map. Control is completely lost at this point to the team in red. And looking at stacks, we have now 20 stacks on the side of Thrall with the Trash Lightning. So he's not really completing the quest just yet, but he is already looking at some pretty decent damage with it, I would assume. Now we can take another close look at this. Currently sitting at 30,000, which isn't really too bad. Puts him into the second damage spot for the blue team for last minute sweep. Top numbers are taken by Li Ming with 48,000 for good reason. Kalthas sitting at 19k. Nothing really to write home about at this point, but had a bit of a tough time, and the double support is making it difficult, of course. 12 kills against 6, as I said, and with all forts eliminated. That's, of course, an attack against the bottom wall, since the next objective is going to spawn bot side, and then, of course, you're going to try and go for keep and core if you can. And with the lead and experience that they currently hold, it's going to be tough for the red team to do anything about it. If they can maybe on this chase lock someone down and get a couple of kills in, that would really help. CPX has to be careful. Intori was already trying to move in against him. Oh, Pyroblast! Yeah, that did nothing. Value on the blast. Not today. Not today. No Pyroblast value in this game. Well, maybe the initial kill, but after that we've seen like 3 or 4 and they've done nothing. 2 heroes down, ETC and Stukov are both dead. And now they're trying to go for CPX as well. They take him apart and boy, this could actually end right here. The keep is definitely going to fall. The keep's gone. And with a double support, they got the sustain to go for the core too. If Greymane starts to move in, if Malthael tries to make a move here, they have good chances of just locking a few stuns in. But with the 2 supports still having a lot of mana left as well, it's going to be dangerous to really engage into this. They attempted kill and they get it. Last right, secure 1. Core is down to 70%, but Greymane is dead too, and so is Malthael. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a game. As last minute sweep comes in, locks in the Archon as well. Laser show is happening right in front of us. And with, in total, 17 kills to 7, last minute sweep locks in win number 1 against Perfect Gems in this best of 5 series. GG, well played. Game number 2. Let's go. Last minute sweep in the lead against Perfect Gems in the best of 5. Towers of Doom is the map. And we're looking at a Zeratul Abathur combination. Farts on Abathur, Nintori on Blaze, Destructible on Lulcio, Flies Raven on Zeratul, and Carbon on Tychus for last minute sweep. On the right side of the map, Perfect Gems with Legacy on Ana, Unaverted on Sergeant Hammer. It's Hammer time again. D-Rex on ETC, we have CPX on Chromie, and Valamar is playing Deathwing in this game. So let's get ready to rumble and have a look at this. Zeratul and Abathur, I honestly think that in this case we're not going to see the Void Prison, which so far has been the dominant level 10 talent in North America. We've actually seen Might of the Nerazim already once, which is of course by now absolute standard, at least in Europe, when we're looking at the European Zeratul players. No talent taken on level 1 just yet. I mean, there's 2 variations that are being played, at least on the European side. That's either Cleave on level 1 and level 16, or you're going into Shadowhunter on level 1 and focus full on the auto attacks and jumping into the backline there. So the choice will still have to be made, but there is options for Zeratul. Let's leave it at that. Okay, so with that said, on level 1 for Abathur, pressurized glance of course, so you want to make sure that you help out a little bit. Shadowhunter has been locked in, so there we go, got our answer. And already Flies Raven going up against Valamar. By the way, I gotta say, if anybody is safe from coronavirus and saw it coming, then it's definitely Zeratul. I mean, you just look at the portrait, that guy has been running around with a face mask for the last 10 years or so. So he is totally safe right there. Better safe than sorry. He was well prepared from the get-go. And as I also learned, apparently the guy even doesn't have a mouth, so that helps too. I would say that's putting it to an extreme, but hey, whatever you do, right? So, yeah. In this case, we have also the camps now locked in as the 1 minute mark has passed, so both of them trying to go for the pumpkins. Deathwing still topside. And on a macro aspect, that is still a pretty great hero to have here. I mean, Deathwing in general has just insane win rates, at least in Europe. But we'll see how that's going to work out in North America. Unaverted in this case is under a lot of pressure, but can move away here. Doesn't have the siege tactic yet, so has to actually move out. No hover siege mode either, yet. Abathur's taken over topside. The thing always to note when you have an Abathur in your team is that early team fights are always a little bit meh for you. It's always a bit tricky. Unless, of course, you have a melee assassin like Zeratul that can get isolated kills somewhere and really pressure heroes in the backline. But generally speaking, you're trying to get to level 10 as quickly as you can, so that you have the option to go for an Abathur copy and then really engage into the team fight with 5 hit point pools being present there. The bigger they are, as usual, for Tychus, the talent to take if you're playing the Renegade. Zeratul against Chromie in the middle of the map. Siege taxes are now in as well. Oh, and Prolific Dispersal on level 4. That's always an interesting pick to me, considering that you're playing with the Zeratul setup, because normally it's Needlespine that we see focus in with this combo happens in Europe. Hammer kill is in. Zeratul comes a little bit late to help out and unleashes all of its wrath on the granny. So down goes Ana. That's a double kill just as the altars are activating. And that's a pretty solid setup to lock in 2 of the altars compared to the one that we will see locked in on the top right. Valamar is currently doing that. I guess Deathwing could have tried to interrupt the channel a little bit more and buy some time for the red team to fight, but not quite happening. So now 2 altar shots go over to the red team's core. 32 points against 36, and the fight still going strong here, as Fly's Draven is already starting to threaten the squishies. Again, grenade build for Ana, by the way. So we see the same thing now for the other team that already happened in the last map. But let's go. Yep, there we go. D-Rex is in. Fly is Draven. Checking around on the edges. Looking for the opening right here. Okay. Here comes the attack against Unaverted. Again, Zeratul. He gets the kill, but he's gonna die, isn't he? Yeah, he dies. I mean, hashtag worth it, right? So in this case, you take Hammer down. 1-for-1 trade. It was kind of bound to happen. You could already tell that if he goes in again, he would die. But he went for it anyways. Seeker in the Dark on level 7. And Mule for Abathur. The only hero in the game that still holds on to Mule. So apparently he has simulated a couple of SCVs in his time. And now they have mules ready for that. Logical decision, I'd say. But of course you want to keep your bell towers happy and healthy. Top them up with HP, repair those things as quickly as you can. Now we're looking slowly but steadily towards level 10, but we will still see the next altar phase before that. There it is. Announced at the bottom of the map right now. A single altar for the time being. And this is one where the red team should have a bit of an upper hand. And should have a chance there. Unless, of course, Zeratul is able to jump into the backline again and rip Chromie or Ana apart. That's, of course, a bit of a game changer then. Temporal Loop is already in play for Chromie. And now Hammer has a bit of an easier time to chip in with the auto attacks as well, since the Hovering Siege mode allows her to shift positions. Zeratul. Bit of a lockdown attempt. Okay, Blaze is moving in. And by the way, I haven't really highlighted it yet, but I should probably still do. Blaze played in a main tank position here, which we see in Europe mainly by Lauber and usually only on, well, let's say Infernal Shrines. Bit different over here. Okay, Lulcio, booped in, and dead. Yeah, gets taken down and the team immediately moves away. And this is exactly the case that I talked about earlier. You want for these 5 versus 5 fights your Abathur to have level 10 so that you can actually drop a copy. It's always a little bit of a better setup there for them. Okay, the attacks still keep coming here, and D-Rex gets attacked too. Deathwing currently sitting in the middle of the map. Down here, Zeratul is hoping to get a kill as well. Needs to be careful. Yeah, walks straight into the time trap. Ana, on the other hand, got still hit. And they're trying to take her down. Zeratul moves in again, and that's a kill right there. Ana's gonna have a tough time in this game. The only thing that really works for her is if she lands one of those sleeping darts, but as you can see, Abathur even committed to his ult to jump in and secure the kill. Might of the Nerazim has indeed been taken as a level 10 choice. I like that a lot actually. Great Zeratul player will just wreak havoc with that talent at his disposal. Fly is Draven now in the middle. Valamar also still sitting tight over here. Okay, the attacks keep coming. The Raven jumps in. He's a little bit... look at this. He actually really wants the dragon, doesn't he? Valamar and his Deathwing is a little bit impressed, at least. Not that easy to take that Zeratul guy down. I mean, Protoss have always been fucking annoying. First of all, they can pretty much win every single game with just an A move. Heroes of the Storm is a little bit different. Over here, they actually have to press a couple of keys at least. I guess things changed since then too, but still. So yeah, Protoss were always annoying. I mean, look at Provius. The hero might not be strong, but he's annoying to say the least. Cannon rushes everywhere. Hasn't experienced that yet. So, okay. Double altar spawn. Single altar spawn again. We have 32 points against 32 points. But this is now with pretty much their full form. I mean, I guess not quite. We aren't on 20 yet, but of course the level 10 ability is changing everything. So let's have a little look over here and see who locks this one in. The poke from Chromie is of course already there. Hammer is also starting to take position, and it's going to be tricky to get onto her. The interrupt from Deathwing. Zeratul is now slowly coming in as Abathur is taking a more aggressive position at the top lane so that he can soak experience with his body. So a little bit of body soaking would be funny as hell, by the way, if Deathwing would just jump on Abathur and take him down, but that's not happening. So instead, we still have Zeratul all the way in the back, looking for Ana. There's the double Zeratul, and Ana is getting wrecked. Yeah, the copy is gone, But this play is something that they can repeat at their leisure whenever needed. Ana just doesn't really have a big defense there. It's honestly up to ETC to an extent to help her out. The problem is that ETC has a few more jobs here. For example, protecting the front line, protecting Hammer, and also trying to secure a setup for a kill. Oh, that's a good one. Fantastic move here. Nice stun, good kill, and that's the end of Zeratul. Well played by Perfect Gems. 3 kills against 5 now, and they're starting to push them back. Odin was already used, and there's the mosh pit. Where's the damage? Well, whoop, there it is, but it's not enough. Especially since Valamar didn't help out either. So that's a sound barrier used at the same time as we see the bunker coming down. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. Quest completed for ETC, and this fight isn't over yet. The altar is still active, can still be channeled. They're trying to make the play for D-Rex. They can't quite. Zeratul is starting to come back in, and the red team doesn't even start to channel. I honestly feel they could have channeled already. Now it might not be possible, because Zeratul is back. Yeah, Zeratul comes in, interrupt, alright. Needs to be cautious here. Temporal loop also activated, and he came, he saw, and he died. Veni, Vidi, Vici. Okay, so with Zeratul now dead again, we have again the focus. Double Tigers at least helps to put the opponent on the back foot for a little bit longer. They need healing. They all need healing. It's like a full team of Genjis at this point. Everybody's just screaming. It's like, hey, help! But they might be able to finally get this one locked in. Ah, bit of an interrupt, okay. Trying to push them back for now. But things are getting spicy as the blue team is back. Guys, this doesn't end. Finally, there's the channel. 4 shots fired, so the red team takes the lead. They're definitely clawing their way to victory here, 1 hit at a time, but they're behind in experience, and by quite a bit, I might add. So that is a problem. Question still remains if they can maybe take the bell tower bot lane. That would be neat. But there's that pesky mule already doing what it can to repair the turret. But I don't think that's going to be able to unless they finally take those minions down. And clutch! But yes, tower still alive. And Abathar has not moved from the top lane one bit. I mean, he has persistent there the entire time. So, attacks in on those pumpkin camps again. Top side, Abathar, still one push after another. And he's done a little bit of damage through this wall already. Deathwing is, of course, now trying to take care of this, but thanks to all of those toxic nests and the locusts, the wall has taken some serious damage. It's not really a game-ending situation, but if that continues over time, you might find yourself in a spot where you start to lose hit points on the bell tower and then have to fall back for it. Rotation from Deathwing now between the lanes. Abathar is trying to push this out too. It's just really that experience lead that we now see for the blue team that is starting to become more and more of a problem for Perfect Gems, because that level 16 talent is gonna pop into their hands in just a few seconds. And just look at the double shrine here, the double altar. Now that the quest is also completed for Zeratul, he has the cooldown reduction through his auto attack, so that's gonna help him for sure. And it's going to become a little bit awkward because the 16 talent is going to be so powerful for them that it should really allow them to take probably both of the altars. For the red team, it's a bit of a disaster. And already here's the fight. Fly's Raven gets attacked and is able to jump out. Would of course be the dream to just have a cleanse ready whenever that temporal loop comes through, but it's not happening here. 16 talents are in. And that gives us the Sentence to Death right there. So Sentence to Death is already in. Adrenal Boost 2. The Zeratul is channeling the middle. That's going to be an easy one for them. So already 4 shots secured. And now the battle over the bottom altar where the red team has to see if they can win that team fight. And the copy is out. Double Zeratul is on its way. Double Zeratul is in. And that's a kill. Hammer is down, and, well, Deathwing might be transformed into Deadwing, and indeed it is. Yeah, that's a kill against the Zeratul copy. Another channel comes in, and all of a sudden we have them ahead. 24 against 28 points, and they're actually not stopping there. With 2 heroes eliminated, they're starting to move down to the bottom of the map, but Lulcio gets attacked and taken apart. Abathar has aggressively moved onto the lane again, trying to soak as much experience as he possibly can right now. Good reason here too. Zeratul is by now attacking the middle of the map, so that's also a thing. Takes those minions down as much as he can. That's already working. Gets a little bit of a support from Abathur too. So 2 of the lanes are currently getting pressured, and it really just feels like Perfect Gems is the entire time on the defense. Like, the longer this lasts, it really seems they have a bit of a problem there. I like the move from Unaverted here. That was nicely done, but there's no follow-up to it. So Zeratul is still completely fine. Abathur has moved back towards the bell tower, playing it a bit safer. And here we go. Zeratul is still getting his wave clear in. We can take a quick look at the numbers here too. 16 talents are ready, by the way, for Perfect Gems, so at least the Giant Killer is going to be a nice tool to have in your arsenal, especially with Hammer already being top damage in this game. Zeratul on 22,000, same as Blaze, a little bit less than Tigers. Here's the attack. And can they move in? The copy is there, and once again, the double Zeratul. The copy is already attacking the back line, saving them a bit. Camp gets taken. Deathwing is in trouble. Oh, Deathwing is in a lot of trouble. Deathwing, hello. But Fly's Raven is also about to get wrecked. Yeah, the mosh pit and the double kill. Nice setup. Lucio down, Zeratul down, Tyke is taken apart, and the red team comes in swing and says like, nope, you shall not get a 2-0 lead. So they take the momentum. Perfect Gems, half a level behind, but big kills from them. Triple kill. And that comes as we have a triple altar on the map. And now that they're taking this bell tower, guys, this is theoretically even 15 points that they're going to lose. Yeah, that mule is not going to do anything. No mule is that strong. I have no fucking idea why Anna channeled this. Why would you channel that? That's a point lost for no reason, honestly. And now they're channeling the bot lane, and they can hopefully for them also channel here at the top. That would give them the big lead. But yeah, heroes are coming back now, so shots are fired. 5 are through. Boom. At the bottom of the map, CPX has to deal with Abathur a little bit and is clearly annoyed at that. But yeah, still trying to make this happen. And it's not really working, is it? Yeah, in this case it is. Okay, 5 shots fired. Here we have it. Alright, so they had 14 points against 24. Keep in mind, I don't know if it becomes important at any moment. But yeah, the thing is that we will eventually see a situation in which that 1 point could actually become a little bit of a problem. They could have one more already, so we'll see. Okay, so let's go. We currently are looking at 18 versus 18. Bell tower control at the bottom of the map is still there, clearly. Top side, there's the attack, as we have another quick attack against the bell tower, but they won't be able to claim this anytime soon. Alright, what else are we gonna get here? There's a little bit of an attack at the bot lane as they're trying to reclaim the bell tower. They still hadn't experienced a little bit. Abathur is doing a really good job soaking those lanes. He's really doing fantastic. And having Zeratul just threatening the mid lane over and over and over again is also pulling some resources away from the bottom attack. And Chromie has to be careful. Temporal loop or no temporal loop, that's a kill. Yeah, that's a kill right there. Fly's Raven is trying to get out, and with a bit of support from Abathur and another adrenaline boost, he should be able to make it. But that hurts. That really hurts their ambitions in this game. And Fly's Raven is actually not even retreating. He's just saying, fuck that. With Abathur, I'm going to get some extra damage in. 50% of the HP are already lost here. Camps are now up as they're all starting to jump in. And what are we going to get? What can they actually pull off here? Yeah, they reclaimed it. They claimed it. They claimed the one in the middle. They can now reclaim the one at the bottom. 20 talents are ready for them. Adrenal Overlord is now part of this. Actually, bullshit. Hive Mind. Adrenal Overlord was already a little bit earlier. Way earlier. Big red button is in. Mule is already getting dropped. They're trying to delay it slightly. They hold 5 bell towers. That's 5 shots fired already. Bam, down to 19. So both of them now below 20. And the attack at the top could eventually yield them a second altar, which would be really nice for them. That's exactly what we're seeing here. And there we go. Bam. Yeah, 14 versus 14. Here we have it. Dead even on map number 2 again. Nice series so far. Yeah, there's already a channel. Zeratul. They just can't lock him down, can they? They're always trying, but Flyest Raven is always there with the Abathur support, ready to put the pressure onto Sergeant Hammer, Ana, or Chromie. And he's doing pretty well with this. Really threatening them time and time again. So far, Abathur is also attempting to hold on to this bell tower as long as he possibly can, but Hammer is, of course, a huge asset to have in your arsenal if you're trying to take a bell tower back, especially the one in the middle, since you can do it more or less safely from the death zone. Nearly a kill against Ana, and it just showcases once more how powerful Zeratul can be with Might of the Nerazim in this particular build when you have Abathur with you. It is a little bit nuts. But the bell tower will get reconverted. That is happening. And that's not something that they can prevent in any way. So Hammer has already done her job here. 41,000 damage now for Tychus. We have 40,000 damage for Zeratul. 62k for Hammer. And everybody is just waiting for the next objective to spawn. 20 versus 20 now. So we have Storm Talents for both teams. And let's see which team is going to be able to get the next kill here. And the continuous pressure is still there. I mean, as you can see, Abathur is pushing out the top lane. It starts to threaten the bell tower here a little bit. And Deathwing won't be able to do too much about it, since they now have to focus down to the bottom of the map. We have a double altar spawning, so that's potentially 8 points of the opponent's core and could result in one of the teams dropping down into the single digits on core HP. Not really where you want to be. With 8, it just means that the boss is also becoming more of a threat to you. So there's that. And Zeratul is as usual in the top. Yeah, double Zeratul. And starting to move in. Yeah, the copy is already going in for a little bit of damage. Has to be saved here. Needs to be careful. Zeratul is getting the channel up at the top. Chrome is trying to play around it. And yes, Deathwing is able to force the interrupt. Carbon down at the bottom. Yeah, popping the bigger they are quickly, but doesn't get too much damage in against ETC. Zeratul still doing his thing here. Always the interrupt from Deathwing on the other hand. So yeah, he's doing what he can. Has to jump away, but that play is going to go on for a little bit, while down at the bottom of the map we still have the fight raging on, and Abathur is helping out where he can. Red team gets the channel at the bot lane. Okay, that's 10 points on their core. Deathwing is jumping in now as well, and there's only one more altar on the map with bunker already used. The red team needs to be a little bit cautious. Again, lose the next one, you're down to 6 points, and then you're in trouble. Could be in a lot of trouble there as well. Flyers Draven already sitting at the side here, doing his thing, trying to help the team out with a bit of extra damage against the backliners, but you can tell this is a bit of an awkward position right now for last minute sweep. With Hammer just sieging up, with everybody else protecting her as much as they can, this is difficult. They're also looking actively for Zeratul, but they can't find him yet. There's another 5 seconds until we could see the copy. So they might even try to phase out. Oh, nearly the kill. Oh, and they still get it. Great connect initially from from Ana as she's trying to keep Hammer alive. But that's the kill. Quick setup. And now we have the copy as well. But big mosh pit. The double card Tychus does nothing but dance. And Lucio is dead. Gets hammered into the ground. Zeratul is jumping in again for a kill, but he gets eliminated too. 1-for-2 trade. And that should seal the deal on this altar. It seems like Perfect Gems is in it to win it. Trying to take it right now. But last minute sweep, they're fighting their heart out now. Trying to go for a counter kill. There's a lot of heroes extracted low. And Deathwing is dead. Turns down. Deathwing can't measure up against the mech over here. So, yep, that's changing the entire setup. All of a sudden, we have the Tori going for the channel. And that's an even exchange in bell towers, which now leads to 10 points against 10 points. It's going down to the wire, ladies. I mean, seriously. This is starting to get pretty hype. There's a quick setup. Now in the middle, as they're trying, or not in the middle, but like at the bot lane, as both of them are going for the pumpkin cams again. Trying to lock that in. Top lane. Abathur is pressuring as much as he can. Now that there's no team fight raging on, it will eventually force Deathwing to move to the top, I suppose. And at the bottom of the map, still the opportunity for D-Rex to maybe get a power slide through. But Carbon has really paid attention and is not really overextended at any point. But the attack is there. And Zeratul is likely to venture into the middle of the map again to put more pressure onto the mid-bell tower. So the entire pressure situation that we've been talking about a few times coming from last minute sweep is still continuing. That hasn't really changed. Perfect Gems is playing really valiantly around it, and they have now 11 kills against 11. But still, this is going to be an interesting situation. Off we go. With this one losing a lot, Deathwing has to jump in to help out, but that immediately forces a reaction from the red team in the middle as they're trying to get more aggressive around the bell tower here, and that is looking really good if they want to convert one. Nobody actually has like, they don't have an avenue to get there. They can't get there at this point. And at that speed, the bell tower gets converted. They get the bell tower already, so we are in a 5 versus 3 situation. Jumping in top, Deathwing waits, but they can't get the kill. Nicely dodged by Flyest Raven. Get some damage in, has to still be careful. Especially since Chromie is now sitting at the side. Single altar on the map, but of course there's also the boss still up. So far it hasn't been taken yet, but if a team takes a big lead here, they have the chance to lock in those 4 extra points. 23 minutes in, 11 kills against 11, 10 points against 10. And Abathar taking the aggressive stance topside once more to lock in some extra experience, push the lane more aggressively, try to also get another bell tower. And if they do, if the blue team takes the top bell tower or the bottom, gets the channel, if they win a big team fight, they can actually end the game. That would be 6 points of the opponent's score plus the 4 that they can get from the boss. Theoretically, they have an opportunity. There's the copy, double Tigers. They're already pushing them into Zeratul here. Zeratul is looking for a victim, looking for a target. Gets the Singularity Spike, only against ETC though. That was definitely not the intended target. Might have the Nerazine being used to jump out. Sound Barrier is in as they're trying to make the play. And they're starting to jump back to maybe channel. But look at the top side. Again, this is starting to threaten. Abathar is already back at the top. They're trying to get the channel right now, get interrupted, but another bell tower is going to fall in just a few seconds. Abathar is going to make sure of it in the minion wave that they got. CPX, nano boost against him, but he's in trouble. Ala gets attacked too. Zeratul jumping in, jumping out, getting another cleave through, going for the hit, dodging everything. Flyest Raven tries to get out, but Chromie shows no mercy and goes in for the kill. Abathar, please slap it. Please slap it, baby. Just slap it. Do it, do it, do it. Do it. Missed opportunity from Farts here. Could have definitely slapped the bell tower and also converted it in the process. But he's a bit too shy. At the same time now, oh, the mosh pit and the tour bars. And that's a kill against Lucio. Alright. Mid lane has been reconverted, by the way. So now a pretty decent situation all of a sudden for the red team. They got another kill. It's 3 kills in total. That's 3 kills right here. 10 against 10. They take even more. They want another bell tower, but they're gonna lose it up. Just slap it. I know you want to. I know you want to. Slap it, baby. It's worth it. It's so worth it. Come in, slap it, and then TP out. No one's gonna get you. Deathwing's not gonna see you. Opportunities are being lost here. Bell tower is converted, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. That's 4 shots fired. And we are going to see the blue team drop down to single digits on the core. Yeah, 6 points. 6 points against 10, and the boss is up as well. And they have 5 heroes against 3 on the map, so why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? They're starting to go in for it, and let's see if they can pull it off here. Yeah, they're definitely going to try. Should be able to. Zeratul is back, that's a problem. Tiger's going to be back as well, soon TM. Okay, the attack keeps coming as they're starting to jump in for it. Farts lost the copy as is. Can they kill Deathwing here? Ooh, Zeratul is dead. I mean, that's boss, right? Maybe not. I mean, Valamar is really... scratched really low. Valamar is dead. Abathar came in. The slug kills the dragon. Yeah, logical decision right there. The fight still continues though. I mean, Lucio is not quite out of this one yet, but they're still fighting over it. Right now with 2 heroes eliminated, Chromie also dead. That means that we have a chance for them to get everybody, I assume. Look at them, they're all locked in. They have nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. 5-man wipe. 5-man team wipe. And where do they go now? Where do they go from here? Taking the bell tower in the middle back, trying to go to the bot lane, play around that. Abathar is already attempting to reclaim the bottom, slowly but steadily. And it seems like the middle it is. So they're going to try and go straight in for it. Guys, this is getting crazy. What a second game. Loser bracket final is definitely shaping up to be quite spectacular. Double altar being announced now. Spawning in 13 seconds. There will only be 2 heroes alive for Perfect Gems. It is a problem, and it's a big one at that. With 4 to 4 bell towers and another one about to be converted at the bottom of the map, if Abathar pushes this aggressively, there is a chance that the game ends right here. Small chance. Not really existent if you're honest about it, because yeah, he's not going to be able to reclaim the bot lane quickly enough. 4 shots are getting fired. That's single digits now on both sides, and it keeps us at 6 points against 6. And if Tigers gets this one, And so far he doesn't. Grow me! Ah! CPX turning into free XP. And that's potentially now 2 points on the court. They actually converted it. They got it right here. So that is... Oh, and there's another problem. If they get it now, it's over. If they get it now, it's over. 6 bell towers against 2. Oh. Zeratul starting to jump in. Farts the copy. It will be lost. Nano boosted Sergeant Hammer. It's... wow. 28 minutes into this game. We are 28 minutes in and the party is still going strong. There is the big red button as they're trying to push them back. Chromie is going to be back in another 23 seconds. They're looking for kills. They're looking for opportunities here. It's all about this altar. Big hit, mosh pit, turbos, and it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing, and ETC gets killed. Hammer is about to die. This should be game. This has to be game. This is gonna be game. Even now we're seeing Deathwing struggle. He's trying to stay alive, but the kill as Flyest Raven comes in to seal the deal. Mana Mule gets dropped as well. The Raven dies, but the game ends. This is a 2-0 lead for last minute sweep in this best of 5 series, the loser bracket final of Division S North America playoffs. GG and well played. Game number 3, Cursed Hollow is the map, and let's go! Perfect Gems had a couple of really cool moments in both maps, but now it seems like they really have to step it up a little bit more if they want to force the next map and maybe start a reverse sweep here. Last minute sweep, on the other hand, they've been sweeping pretty early. They have a 2-0 right now and could end this series with a victory on the current map. On the left side, we have Farts on Falstad, Nintori on Anduin, Flyest Raven on ETC. We get Carbon on Jaina, and Destructible is playing Deathwing. To the right side of the map, Anaverted on Sylvanas, Legacy on Lucio, Zokrug on Dehaka, D-Rex on Myrden, and CPX is playing Li Ming. So let's go. Valamar, to my knowledge, as I actually was informed, was not able to play the third game, so apparently had some technical difficulties, if I remember correctly. So Zokrug apparently the one that subs in for them here. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, this particular setup is gonna become a little bit hyped. There's of course a lot of pressure now on the red team as they're trying to turn this around. We now have Deathwing topside. There's a lot of globals actually in this game. I mean, first of all, we have Falstad, we have Dehaka, but also then Deathwing coming through. The important part is really that when it comes to control over boss points, the blue team definitely has the better setup, since they have not only Deathwing, who can potentially help out there, but also, more importantly, the Mighty Gust, which is just incredible for this. Unaverted down here, having a bit of a problem, and able to get out. I mean, got clutch for just a second, but, well, let's see. Topside, that's where we currently have Zakra and Destructible going up against each other in that little fight of theirs. Down here, yep, camps are taken, and the usual rule of thumb has actually been destroyed here, so they're going for this camp first, despite the fact that the tribute spawns topside. Usually you see this one claimed first, and well, that's exactly the rule that the red team at least adheres to, but it also means that the two camps are now gonna push through the middle of the map at the same time. So theoretically, blue team loses a little bit of push power during the first objective, but, well, not really the end of the day either. Okay, so with all of that said, Dehaka actually rotated down to the bottom of the map, trying to already set the global up bot side before the tribute spawns, so that he can push the lane out and help out with the team. There's already a defense being set up here. Muradin is in and went in for his third wind as the level 1 talent. Always nice to have that extra sustain here. It always scares me a little bit when I see Muradin on the North American side, because we've seen so many Muradins now with Haymaker that I just don't really know at this point anymore if they honestly believe that Haymaker is the better talent, or if we're gonna see the normal style with Avatar, which will give you the additional sustain here. And given that the healer is Lucio, it pretty much only has as a burst negation. Oh, nice move. That should be a kill. Maybe? Second time that unaverted barely gets out, but he does. And Farts gets saved by Anduin. Maybe, maybe not. Stormbolt, yes! And the bird gets away too. Yeah, this is the game of near-death experiences, I think. So, there's that. Tribute at the top side. Everybody's at the bottom of the map. Tribute at the top is going to be fought over by CPX and Destructible at the beginning. Everybody else, of course, is now trying to make their way towards the top. But, yep, there we go. Right. ETC, flies Draven, going up against Muradin, not getting locked down yet. Level 4, there's already the damage for Muradin on level 4, so he apparently doesn't even plan to go into his level 13 healing static. Most likely going to see a Bronzebeard Rage over there, I suppose. D-Rex jumps out, and they have Sylvanas now moving in too. Still 0 kills in this game. Not a single death yet. Tribute number 1 still fought over, 3 minutes and 30 seconds in. And let's see who is going to get it. Volskaya and Dehaka, they are the ones missing. And Dehaka is at the bottom of the map, pushing this out, whereas Volskaya is now starting to move into the middle. Dehaka actually tunneling into the middle now too. Okay, didn't really expect that, if I'm completely honest with you. That's a little bit of a weird move to use your global for that, especially since there was still experience to be taken in the bot lane. Could have moved over afterwards. Level 7 is of course important for both. Blue team gets it first. And they get the tribute thanks to that as well. Full-on lightning rod build for Volskaya again. We've seen this already a few times in NA, and I talked about it, especially the level 7 choice. When you don't go for your boomerang, you of course miss out on some of the global value that you can get because you are lacking the opportunity or the ability to push out waves quickly enough. Can still be played, so it's not like it's a horrible build or anything. But you lose out a bit on this global style that you usually try to play with Volskaya and doesn't have that burst damage against the backline minions here against structures, or with the stun set up in the team fight, you're missing out on a little bit of that insta damage as well. But it keeps you especially safe when there's someone jumping onto it. So we have in the past seen on the European side when there is like a melee assassin that is trying to jump onto you, and you get a bit more value out of it as is. But yep, there's the setup. Okay, so now that we have our globals at the bottom of the map again, here in the middle, that's where both teams are still going straight up for the fight. Unaverted and Legacy only trying to make their play here. As you can tell, CPX and D-Rex are already jumping out, trying to get the good position for the next objective, for the tribute. Global still at the bottom, and everybody over here is just trying to wrap around a little bit in an attempt to get a good position for the fight. CPX is already jumping in with Li Ming, pretty aggressive around there. Has not gone Calamity, by the way. What the hell? The fuck is this shit? Seeker? Are you high? He and I, we had a deal. He is going to pick proper talents on Li Ming, and I'm gonna let his Pyroblast slide if I remember correctly. But what is this shit over here? Seeker over Calamity? I mean, dude. It's like, that's a hard nope from me.
Nope.
Absolutely. Like, no Calamity, no win. No. Alright. So, he just cursed his team. Anduin is down on the other hand, but yes, there's the kill against Li Ming. Getting exactly what he deserves here. Exactly what he deserves. If he would have gone Calamity, he would have snowballed the fight right now and killed 5 people in a row. Swear to God that I don't believe it. Obviously I'm lying, but still, could have happened, maybe. Either way, the team is in trouble and trying to go for the ETC kill, but everybody is pretty low here. There should actually be at least one counter killer, especially against the Haka here. Can they get enough? Nope, not enough damage. Alright. 10 versus 10. So with that, let's have a bit of a look what they actually can pull off with this. Are we going to see normal heroic abilities, or is someone going for a bit of a brain fart attempt over here? Water Elemental is already in. Top side, Li Ming is using her incredible wave clear to take this down. That was a nice one though, I like that, that was good. Muradin with the Avatar, okay. That's actually a huge relief for me. 2 tributes against 0 now for the blue team, so they're slightly ahead and could theoretically curse their opponent. A little bit of luck here. But off we go. There's the Stormbolt set up. There's the slide. Tribute. Top fort has, by the way, nearly been taken. They're getting some damage in. Anduin is on the run. Alright, as usual, by the way. So, there's Lucio, the sound barrier. Jaina, the kill against Sylvanas. Jaina still alive, and it's party time. Do they get Lucio? The answer is yes. Lucio is down. Fantastic mosh pit. Curse has also hit now the red team. And all of this is happening because CPX did not take Calamity. All of it. All of it. Every single bad thing that happens to them is because the Nexus gods have decided that without Calamity, you're not going to win any of this. Oh, that was unfortunate. Nice interrupt by Flyers Draven on the jump. Well done. So, 4 kills against 2. Top fort has fallen. Middle of the map. Also getting attacked here. Unaverted has already jumped out, but of course the problem still persists. I mean, you can just look at it right here. The fort is gonna fall. Experience lead is solidified by last minute sweep. 4 kills against 2, and they can now work on the bot lane as well if they intend to take another fort, or they can go for a boss and claim that too if they want to. Yeah, D-Rex gets already attacked, but that's an early phase melt, so he can't interrupt the jump and more. But they still do some damage here. False set is coming in. Mighty Gust, and there it is. Yeah, with Calamity, he could easily kill Jaina, of course. I mean, pretty much an insta-kill, right? But nope. There's the kill against Lucio, against Muradin, and against Li Ming. Holy shit, they got just wrecked in this fight. And it seems like the Haka is also gonna die, isn't he? Yep, that's 4 heroes down. And thanks to the minion wave that just pushed in, the fort didn't even help. The minions soaked the shots, so that's another fort destroyed. Well, there it is. There it is, right there. And that's, of course, an open gateway to the boss. 31,000 damage by Jaina. Top damage in the game. Falstad sitting at 22,000. Li Ming top damage for her team. A little bit ahead of Sylvanas with 19,000 damage dished out so far. 8 kills against 2. And the boss is taken. Could theoretically also now jump to the top. Take the second boss there. Still have the talent lead. Need a bit of mana first though. But yeah, Deathwing is already pushing out the bot lane, as you can see. So he's going to try and make that work. Terror. And D-Rex, I mean, yeah, I can't stun him out or anything, but at least can stack for the baseline a bit. Zagrug is already sitting tight, and off we go. Last minute sweep is in the lead. But we've seen crazier comebacks in this series. I mean, the European playoffs in particular have been absolutely insane. I honestly don't know at this point anymore how many sweeps we saw there, but it was just incredible how many games ended up on a 5th map after a team took a 2-0 lead. But this boss is still a freebie, since everyone on the right side is trying to protect at the bottom of the map. Well, maybe not everybody, but most of them. So they're not losing too much here. But the top push, that's a different story, because there's a Siege Giant camp that already pushes the lane. They still hold on to a level advantage. Lost the lead in talents, though. Muradin is expected with the Bronze Beard Rage now. He went Glass Cannon! He went Glass Cannon!
Nine, 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 nine.
Like, what? What? I mean, I want to see him punished. Punish him, Deathwing. Punish him. Yeah. Instead, Falset dies. Alright. Glass Cannon and Seeker. Not even Calamity. What's happening here? Damn. Alright. Alright, 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 alright. Okay, 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 boys. Alright. 50% lost on the key, but it's still there. Dude, the Haka sneaking in at the bottom of the map. Dude, you might be a little bit too late for that. And Zagrug realizes it too. It's just like, wait a second, that doesn't work out. That does not work. Okay, so Legacy is now moving in and is trying to help, but the drag doesn't connect. Over here, CPX is already zoned out slightly. If you see Glass Cannon, I want Forcer just coming in and hitting the Lightning Rod, honestly. That alone would already kill her. Okay, with 16 talents in their hands, they now have the chance to get the tribute, which they do instantly. So that's nice for them. And Avernus boys are still sitting up at the top. And yeah, off we go. Can the comeback happen? 2 levels behind, 1 talent behind. Li Ming with Seeker and Glass Cannon. The situation is dire for Perfect Gems. It's not hopeless though. There's always hope. Hope dies last. Could be that it dies pretty soon, but it dies last. But you still have, of course, Sylvanas here. Could jump in, could help out a little bit. Maybe the blue team decides that they don't want to attack Li Ming. Maybe they're just saying, you know what, that's fine. That's fine. We're not going to exploit that. We're going to go for a new fair play agreement. So, all the way up to the top. There's another tribute. This one will be free, of course, as well, since there's no level 16. So the red team would be ill-advised to go towards the top and try to make a play there. And they're not going to be dumb enough to do that, so... yeah, we'll be safe there. Destructible is already down here. Mirrodin moved in, gets the Stormbolt connected, but they can't really lock down a kill or anything. Falstad, after channeling the tribute, is now moved to the top, trying to fight it out against Dehaka. And Dehaka has actually already taken a little bit of damage, so Zakrek is deciding that this is a stupid battle to fight for him, and decided against it, moved away. Hoped for some reinforcements here, maybe too. But here's the attack once again, as Destructible takes the waves. They hold on to the leading experience. That one is not going to get lost. So they are likely ending up with an early level 20. Unless the red team can finally force one of those fights that I've been talking about. Force a fight and take a few kills. Instead, it seems like Mirrodin is in trouble. He jumps out. Yep, Face Melt was used a bit too early here to interrupt that. And they're trying to go for him again. So... what else can they actually pull off here? Can we go to kill? Mirrodin, the dwarf, jumps out. Farts still alive. Okay, there's the Gust. Legacy. Water Elemental is in the back, but they're trying to get the kill at the front, and they do. Dehaka is down. CPX is getting some serious value. Nobody really focusing him. Instead, they're all chasing the tank. Great idea. And 9 kills against 3, but it still seems like the blue team is going to walk away with a fight victory here. Ah, Neverted jumping out and barely surviving. I mean, I'm detecting a theme here. I've seen this a few times now already. So he is still alive and kicking. And red team starting to fight for the tribute now, of course. I mean, they have to at this point, right? There's nothing really else for them to do, so they have to fight over it. Off we go. There's the slide as they try to make the play. Meridius jumping in. Stormbolt doesn't connect here. ETC flies Draven in a bit of trouble. And they nearly get the kill. Ah, Lucio on the other hand has died. Okay, Lucio is down. Jaina hasn't made a move just yet. Falstad is as usual a little bit low, but he's still alive. Oh, the Liming kill against ETC. Pure luck, of course. But now CPX. Yep, that's the problem with the water element. Ah, okay, the dragon comes in. Li Ming get wrecked. Would never have happened if he didn't pick Last Cannon. I tell you guys. Would never have. Okay, can you imagine a proper talent? Can you imagine Illusionist and Calamity here? Just imagine that for a second. The curse is in. We have 12 kills against 4. And this is at least 2 keeps. I mean, top keep is gonna fall. If they're pushing through here now, that should be a second one. Jaina's already at the bottom of the map, trying to push that in as well. But here we go. Falstad flies in. They're defending the top. Can they save it? Catapults? Yeah, those are usually the ones that you want to take down first. But, yeah. A little bit too late, so, I mean, Zets and Zex. That's an F for effort right there. So, 2 keeps are indeed down. I kind of think they could have saved the one at the top. Like, I don't know, but again, I think they could have saved that one. Now, Li Ming is still on a bit of a killing spree here, trying to take Jaina down, and in this case it's successful. She was just jealous. She would like to be blonde too, but unfortunately for her, that's just not how it worked. Oh, jeans, baby. It's just what it is. So, yeah, it's a little bit jealous, you know. Jaina currently has a lot of suitors over there on the left side, and everybody on the red team is more interested in Sylvanas. I have no idea what I'm saying here, but still, the core gets attacked and they go for a YOLO move at the boss. So they're YOLOing the boss right now in a desperate attempt to somehow come back into this, but they're gonna take core damage very lightly. And just delaying this alone is already helping the blue team. Yeah, and this, don't tell me they can actually steal this. It's a 4 versus 5. Level 20 talents are in, that's true, but this is still a 4 versus 5. Deathwing is sitting tight. Deathwing low, and he's about to fall, but yeah, he's down. Falls then with a mighty gust, gets denied. No, please don't tell me he gets this. He gets the kill against Sylvanas, but yeah, there's that. Okay, so they lose 2 heroes. They get at least the Sylvanas kill, but they lose 2 heroes in the process. And yeah, weird fight to fight, but they decided that they would still pull it off. So if the wind tunnel would have saved it, it would have been a big deal. It would have been fantastic. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what just happened, but it happened. Now we have level 20 talents on the blue team side, and the red team is trying to buy themselves a little bit of time. Now, let's be honest, of course. One of the reasons why they had... Okay, here's the reason why they had to go for this. It looks a little bit weird, I know. But if they don't go for the boss, what happens is that the heroes on the blue teams respawn. The blue team goes for the boss fight. And since they have already level 20, the red team will likely lose it. And the red team cannot afford to lose a boss because their core is wide open on top and bot lane. So they had to go for it. They actually had to go for the boss. It was really the only thing for them to do, or they would have lost this anyways. So it was a bit of a gamble, of course, as well. And then the blue team just decided that they would YOLO in for it, and that the level 20 advantage and the control with Volskaya over the spot is enough to steal it away. And it turned out to be not true. But the situation on the map is still that even with level 20 talents now ready for the red team, for Perfect Gems, we have all the lanes opened up with the exception of the mid lane. So catapults are going to push. We're 17, 18 minutes in. This is starting to become Winian territory that we're talking here. And there are globals on the map as well that could, in theory, if catapults at any point make it onto the core, start to move in, protect them, and put some extra damage on the core. So the situation is still pretty bad for Perfect Gems. There's the drag. Yahaka's a little bit alone right now. Sylvanas. I know that Unaverted loves to be the one that escapes from a team fight with no hit points whatsoever, but now he's overdoing it a little bit. Zakrak also low. What a sound barrier. Nicely done. But the kill against Yahaka is there anyways. Bit of damage from Li Ming, but not enough to secure the kill against ETC. And now they are getting chased away. Boss is still at the top. The struggle is a little bit low. Lulcio is down. And there's a kill against Li Ming. And that should honestly be the end of it. This is looking more and more like it will be a 3-0 victory for last minute sweep. Muradin is playing the... denying the fly. Yeah, that at least is awesome. He should have B-stepped, that's honestly. But it's a 5-man wipe, and this is going to be the end of the game, the end of the series. We will have Celeb Gaming in the grand final against last minute sweep. They go for the core. This is over. Nice 3-0 victory for last minute sweep. Doesn't really reflect the power level of Perfect Gems here. We had a lot of really good moments in the series between the two of them, especially map 2, incredibly close. But the result, all the same, is a 3-0 for last minute sweep as they move on to the grand final of the Division S playoffs in North America.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.